You're on.
Hi, I'm Joan Henry Gates, and I'm here with Real Women of Philadelphia. Once again, we're back to making videos. I just want to let you know what a wonderful journey this has been throughout since April for me, where we've submitted recipes and watched other women enjoy the community, and I've enjoyed it so. My husband and I were offered a chance. We went down to Savannah. We fell in love with Savannah, and oh my gosh, Paula, the Lucas Theater, what a wonderful place to host the finals. Now we're in a new phase of Real Women of Philadelphia. It's called A Touch of Giving, and what a nice thing to do to give back to others. And I can't think of, I have in mind someone I really would love to give to. It came just simply automatic. So first of all, let's start and I'll show you what I'm making. Her favorite dish is mac and cheese. What we have to do is, come on over here, we're starting out with 2 pans with butter melting. So let's get those going a little, turn it up a little bit. And there's nothing better if it's not with butter. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to create a nice cheese sauce using regular cheddar. And I'm so excited to use the new Kraft cheeses that have the touch of Philly in them. Let me just hold it up. I've got the 3 cheese with a touch of Philly and the Mexican 4 cheese. And I thought, you know, my friend Linda, who I worked with for the longest time, suffered a heart attack while at work. So she is no longer working with me. We work with individuals with traumatic brain injury, and Linda was the most wonderful, warm, giving human I had ever met. And she was so resilient. Even after the heart attack, she began to come in and just volunteer from time to time, just to say hello. Well, since then, Linda has lost another one of her daughters. One of the most painful experiences for anyone is to lose a child. But Linda bounces back with a smile on her face. So, since then, she's decided that she could care for the grandchildren. So I can't think of another person who would more deserve a little helping hand. So we're going to make her favorite dish, mac and cheese. So we have to start out with making a nice cream sauce, nice cheesy cream sauce. So we'll go over to where the melted butter is, crank this up, grab a spoon, and a little bit of flour. Okay, now, I never measure, and so pardon my hands, I never measure. We're going to get that butter all sizzling nice, like a little cream sauce. Take about half a cup of flour, sprinkle it in there, stir it up. You want to give your flour a chance to incorporate in with the butter, to cook a little bit for about a minute so your cream sauce doesn't taste like flour. Alright, so while that is cooking, I'm going to grab some milk. You can go ahead and do a close-up of that here. My husband is my photographer. Do the best we can with doing the photographs. He is a first grade teacher. That's his specialty. Add some milk. A little bit at a time until this thickens. Try not to melt the cap. Linda's going to walk in and you'll just see, when she gets here, she'll have the most bubbly personality. I just love her. Alright, so I'm going to let that cook for a minute. In the meantime, I'll grab my crackers and I'll start making the crumb topping that will go on top of this mac and cheese. So if you want to watch that, or you can watch me, whatever you decide, dear. I boiled my macaroni ahead of time, just so you don't have to watch water boil. So with this pan I also have melted butter, which I crunch up some just plain old saltine crackers. My kids like just the topping, the saltine cracker topping for the cheese. They could leave the macaroni out. Just saltine and cheese. All right. I want to stir all those crumbs up so they all get some into the party. Continue to heat for a minute. Back to my cheese sauce. You know, at where Linda and I worked together was a day program for individuals with traumatic brain injury, and we would sometimes, along with the participants, make this macaroni and cheese recipe. Of course, not with the Philadelphia product with the cream cheese in it, but now every time we will. So one time one of the participants tried to make the mac and cheese with the cream sauce, although they didn't allow for the cream sauce to thicken, and the cheese just floated right to the bottom. It's really kind of funny. They thought it was funny. Mm-hmm. We'll add our cheddar cheese. Start that melting. I'm going to do something a little different this time. I'm going to make the cheese sauce, and I'm going to layer it with, I'm going to use the Mexican and the 3 cheese, Philadelphia, with a touch of Philadelphia cream cheese. I thought that would give it a nice, bubbly, chewy, stringy, creamy. You know, I think you could use almost any adjective to describe cheese. We don't want that to burn to the bottom. I'll turn that down a bit. Okay, and as that's melting, we'll let that melt by itself. We'll start to layer. Okay. Turn off my crackers. And here's my pans. Now I went and got some aluminum pans because I don't want Linda to have to drive all the way back into town to give me back my dish someday. So, pardon my hands. My hands are very clean. I'm going to put some mac and cheese in each one of these pans. Cool it down just a little bit. Okay, if 1 or 2 things of macaroni fall on the floor, my dog's got my back. Okay. I'm going to lean over here, excuse me, and wash my hands. Let's go back to our cheese sauce. Looking good. It's okay if it's not, there's a few lumps in there. Mix that cheese all nice in there. And you'll see. By the time we get done, this will be a cheesy, yummy dish. Okay, now let's add some of the 3 cheese. It does have a full space for you to open the container, but I'm not a tremendously patient person, so I use my scissors. Throw a layer of those 3 cheese right in the middle. Just cake it right in there. All right, I will add the rest of our macaroni. Linda's family ought to be able to get at least 2 meals out of this. My dog is getting 1. Okay. The rest of our cream sauce. Okay, I'm going to stick that in there. Stir it up a little more so that top layer gets some cheese flavor. Now, we'll top it with Philadelphia's Mexican 4 cheese on the top. Just layer that right on. Cake it right in there. And the final step, I like to put on our crispy crumb topping made out of butter and saltine crackers. What can be better? Butter, crackers. I think my husband eats it for a snack sometimes, just butter and crackers. So he would be really excited about this. Although, as he drools, this is for my friend Linda and her family too. Pop it in the oven. Good to go. Now, this won't take long. This will only take about 20 minutes actually, and pretty soon that will be bubbly and fresh. By then, my friend Linda should be here. So we'll be back. I think they're here. All right. Linda, Dave, come on in.
Hello. How are
you?
ya?
Oh, I miss you.
Oh, I know I miss you too.
Oh, hi, David.
Hi. How are you?
Good.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, Tim.
Listen, you know, I was involved in the Real Women of Philadelphia contest for the longest time.
Yeah.
But there's a new part of that that's called A Touch of Giving. And so I couldn't think of anyone else that would deserve it more than you.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyways, they came out with a new product. I'm going to hold this up right in front of you, Linda, like you're an advertisement.
All right.
It's a cheese that has Philadelphia cream cheese already in it. So the Mexican 4 cheese and the 3 cheese. And I remember how you used to make the mac and cheese for all those guys. She would slave and slave and slave, David. Anyways, so we made you some mac and cheese.
It really looks
Good.
Can I have it?
You sure can. You sure can. And I told the Real Women a little bit about your history, about all the things that you've gone through, and you always come back resilient. So we love you, Linda, and I hope you take it home and feed your family.
That's good. That is really good, Dave. You got to try that, and it'll be less fat.
Yes.